So today we're finally working on the Porsche. We're going to go ahead and try to change all the fluids in there and then try to do a first start, see how everything goes, if we run into any issues. It looks like someone did some maintenance on it before it was parked. Actually, most of the fluids look pretty good. Looks like a newer fuel filter as well. So we'll just go through, put some fresh oil in it, and then try to crank it over and see what happens. So here's a quick underview of the car. There's the turbo. It looks a little oily. We just sprayed it down with some degreaser, get some of that off. But honestly, it's a pretty big turbo. We weren't expecting it to be that big. But overall, we're impressed with the underneath of the car. Floorboards and stuff are all real clean. All the pinch welds look real good. Looks to be pretty much no rust at all underneath the car. So that's nice to see. It's got a huge cat here. And it's also got this cool dump coming off the turbo. Feeds into the side of the cat there. It's kind of cool to see. It's also cool here. The starter is like straight in the middle. Weird placement. I don't know if you guys can see how big that hole is in the oil pan. It's a huge drain plug. But yeah, overall, we're actually happy. This is the first time actually seeing it up on the lift, so I wasn't sure what it was going to look like underneath, but it's pretty clean. So we'll finish draining the oil, get some fresh oil in there, check the other fluids, and then drain the rest of the gas out of the tank, put some fresh in there, and see if we can get this thing to start up. So far, I don't see any indicators that we're going to have any issues on this, but we'll see how it goes when we try to crank it over. So we just seen this little thing on the bottom of the gas tank. So we're gonna go ahead and try to get it off there and see if we can drain it. If so, that'll be a way easier and faster way for us to drain fuel out of it. Sounds pretty empty on it. Sounds empty over here. Oh yeah, that's nice gas, dude. Yeah. Honestly, don't smell as bad as the truck. It's newer than the truck fuel, but it's still pretty bad. Light a match, see if it smells.
Oh, it's still fun. It don't smell nowhere near that truck. Yeah.
So looks like it's all out of fuel. It quit draining, so we're gonna go ahead, hook everything back up, put some fresh fuel in it, and then see if we can get this thing to crank over. So next we went ahead and added the fresh oil in, as well as siphoned out all of the old brake fluid and topped that back off.
Really anticlimactic. The shifter bushing's that bad? It's in gear though?
So as you guys see, it fired right up. I'm actually really surprised with that. Didn't even have to crank it hardly. So that's a good sign. It seems anytime I try to give it throttle though that it wants to die out or something, so we have to check that out. And also the shifter bushings are pretty worn out. I thought I was in neutral, but it ended up being in first gear, so it kind of lurched forward. But we're going to let it run for a little bit, get up to temperature, check a couple things out on it. I'm gonna go ahead and put a little bit of the fuel injector cleaner in it just in case there's anything else in the line and stuff. But overall, it's running pretty good like that. It's just under a load if you try to rev it or something. It starts to load up or miss or something. So. So if you guys can see, the alternator's a little bit out of alignment. It's got some play in it. Looks like some sort of rubber bushings it's got, but it may just be a loose bolt. So we'll go ahead and shut down the motor, see if we can get that tightened up, see if it lines back out. You can see it's slightly off an angle there. But the longer it runs, it seems to clear up, so we may just need to have it run fresh fuel through it for a little bit. But it's almost up to temperature now, so we'll go ahead and shut it back down, check everything again, and then fire it up here in a little bit. So we went ahead and tightened up the alternator, and we're gonna go ahead and take it out for the first test drive, see how it feels. The shifter bushings are a little whomped in it, as you guys can see. There's a lot, but should still be good to drive, so we'll take it out, see how everything goes real quick, see if it clears up a little bit after running it.
Man, that Porsche run beautiful, honestly. It's like somebody took care of it. So quiet, so smooth. It's just a little bit the smell, the exhaust.
Yeah, it died on us.
Man, we just say they run good. Check the battery, might got disconnected.
Battery light came on.
Yeah, start it up now, try. How you doing? Are we good? No, it's just the battery head got disconnected. We put the battery back.
I saw us butt out in the road. Good.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it, man.
That's an easy fix.
Yeah. It didn't go too far. That's pretty clean, man, underneath and everything. Somebody took care of it.
I don't know, dude. I think the truck might run better.
I guess when we get a wrench or something, you know. So somehow the battery got disconnected or something and it died on me. So we're just gonna go ahead and tighten up the battery heads real quick and we'll try to test drive it again, see what happens. At least we broke down pretty close.
I know. Well, at least nothing major, you know.
If it makes it to the second entrance this time, we're making progress.
Don't go too far this time. This exit. Don't go to the another. It's pretty quiet, ain't it? Really quiet. Bang, hit the truck. Let's try that again. Oh, he made it back. Don't blow it up. It's still, you smell a little bit must be left in the tank, the old gas. It's a nice car. So, what do you think?
It's pretty fun.
It's fun, ain't it? It looked fun.
It's pretty quick for the age, and you know it's kind of cool to hear the turbo spool.
Well, you see how big that turbo on it? It's pretty cool.
It's cool to hear the turbo spool and everything like that. It's definitely fun to drive. I mean, it feels tight, honestly, for the age. The shifter bushings are just really bad in it, so we're going to go ahead and look into ordering some of those. That way you can actually feel what gear you're in. It's a little tricky. But overall, everything seemed to be pretty good on the car. We'll go ahead and do a couple more checks on it, get those shifter bushings changed, and then do another test drive, just kind of give everything a good feel, a better drive on it, a longer drive, I guess, just to make sure brakes and everything are working well. But for first impressions, I'm really happy with it. The car is really, really good. It runs good. The motor seems super healthy. And it's cool, obviously, being a turbo, so that's fun. Yeah, overall, I'm pretty happy with it. Like I said, we'll go ahead and get a couple more parts on order for this thing. That way we can make sure it's all good to go for the next winter of the car.
So you think whatever who get it gonna be happy?
I think whoever gets it's gonna love it, honestly. With the turbo noises, it being a manual and everything, it's just a fun car.
Guys, don't forget, this giveaway is free to enter. All you have to do is comment and like on the very first video of this car, and you are automatically entered to win. So make sure you do that. The giveaway ends March 31st.